So now that we've been through a bit of the course, I thought it was appropriate now to come up with some guidelines on asking good questions that will really help you and also people answering your questions be able to actually help you out sooner. So basically having your questions in a good format will make it easier for someone, either us as instructors, Jean, Paul and myself, to be able to answer it, or a fellow student. So basically you're going to will understand the problems you're having and be able to get back to you and answer quicker. So a couple of guidelines to follow is starting off, try and make sure to mark your questions as help in square brackets when you want it answered, or solved in square brackets if your question was answered and no longer needs any more help. Particularly the solved is really very useful, and that's going to help other students who are looking for answers and searching the questions and answers in the future. They can see solved in square brackets. They know, okay, this is a question and answer that maybe I should check out because it might answer my question. So by doing this, you're really helping other people down the track. Aim to use very clear and descriptive titles, and making sure your sentences have proper grammar and punctuation will again really help people understand what your problem is, and for us to be able to answer it in a more timely fashion. Give as much detail to your problem and also format it as you would a bug report. You want to start off and document the observed behaviour and also the expected behaviour, the steps that we would need to take to reproduce the problem you're having. List the things you've already tried out, that's very important. And also, if appropriate, if you found a problem in a video at a specific time, make sure you tell us what video and also the minutes and seconds in the video where the particular problem came up, and that will save us a lot of time in trying to figure out how to get this problem resolved for you. Be sure to include the full errors and warnings, and provide complete version information if appropriate. If you're not using the same versions of, say, Android Studio or other tools that we're using in this course, you certainly should be telling us that you're not using that, so we sort of can try and figure out what's going on. Provide screenshots that show the problem, and you really want to show the whole window in a screenshot, as well as other screenshots to show just the specific issues you're having. Now, adding screenshots is really easy. There's this little blue button you can see in the first image in the top left. So you click on that, this is where you're actually adding a question, and it pops up a little image, the second one that's at the bottom left of the screen. And you click on choose file, and you can actually then import the image, and it will automatically get added to your question. But in the case of source code, it's actually better to paste in the source code rather than in importing an image. An image is good for showing the overall problem of the full window, but any source code, just actually copy and paste that straight into the window, and Udemy does a good job of actually formatting that for us, and even though it's not showing in the screenshot, it actually shows it in colour as well, and it makes it a lot easier again for instructors and other students to see your code and be able to work with it and hopefully solve your problem. Now you want to create a minimum viable test case. So you want to remove lines of code that are not part of your problem. You want to make sure that your program still exhibits the problems when it runs. And this is important because by clearly pointing out issues, it often helps get the problem solved faster. And it's easy to understand what's causing the problem as well, and really makes finding problems easier for other people. It's a good idea to really thoroughly test the problems you're getting to try and help us help you. The golden rule here is really write your questions in a way that you'd like questions to be asked to you, and only ask questions when you've tried out a number of different solutions by yourself. I can't stress this enough, because where you'll really grow as a developer is experimenting and trying things out. So make sure you do really try and solve the problem to the best of your abilities first before actually asking for questions. Now, we're more than happy to help you out as much as we can, but for you to really grow as a developer, our recommendation is to really try this stuff out for yourself. So by spending more time in writing a good question, it will more than likely help solve your problems 75% or more of the time. And by asking better questions, then you also make yourself a great programmer. Alright, so that's that. Let's move on to some coding. I'll see you in the next video.